Hi guys, today I'm doing some fall gardening. I'll be planting flowers in these two planters that I have back here, and I'm going to be doing just a little bit of porch decorating as well as some fall gardening cleanup. So as you guys know, I just purchased this home. It was built in 1989 and it does have a beautiful garden, but I just want to start totally fresh and new. So I'm going to be getting rid of everything over here in this section that I'll show you here in just a minute, except for the big tree. And don't mind the cute little dog that's barking next door. That's Lucy. She's this little Scotty dog that just likes to let everyone know anytime I'm outside. So anyway, let's jump on in to some fall gardening, and I'm excited to share with you guys just what I've been working on. These are the planters that I'll be using today, and I think these are the self-watering kind, and so it's pretty cool because you don't have to water these as frequently. And I believe I got these at Lowe's. They come in all different shapes, sizes, colors, but these are the two that I have from the previous house. And I'm going to be adding this Filthy Rich potting soil by Dr. Q's. So if you live next to a Star Nursery, I love this stuff, as well as the rose and flower food. I always add a fertilizer into my planters, and that helps me get through the different seasons so I don't have to add fertilizer as we go along. So let's jump on in and get started. So the first thing I'm going to add is this Dr. Q's potting soil. I love this stuff. You can get this at Star Nursery. So if you live in Las Vegas or Nevada or Utah, or I think parts of Idaho, they do have Star Nurseries there. And this is potting soil that is just perfectly aerated so that it gives great drainage for my plants. But I'm going to start off with that here. Usually I buy a bigger bag, but my planter, this large one over here, still has quite a bit of soil in it left over from the previous season. And I have mentioned before, I am on a little bit more of a budget this year, and so I'm just adding to what I already have. But I just cannot live in a house without gardening. I just love it so much. So I filled this about to the top, about right here, because by the time I get my flowers in there, it will be just as much soil as I need. These are the garden mums that I purchased that are going to go in this planter right here, and these were only about $5. But what I love is the color. They kind of have that like peachy apricot lush tone that I love so much this year. And so I bought 3 of those that I'm going to just plant in here. So one thing that I always look for in plants is I try and pick the healthiest plant that I can. And for vlogging purposes, I picked flowers that have already bloomed. But if you're planting something like this, I typically would go with something that's not quite bloomed yet, just so those blooms will last you a little bit longer. And this looks like it is called Chelsea Coral is the color that I picked. So I'm going to plant 3 of those here. Oh, you know what? I forgot to add my fertilizer, the rose and flower food, and this helps my flowers, the blooms, just keep blooming through the season. So I'm just going to add a little bit here, not a ton, as you can see, and then I'm just going to mix it just right in there. And I probably mix it about like 6 inches down, just so by the time the plant really grows, the roots have something to find. So we're going to plant those in there, and then one more here on the side. I'm seeing so many colors like this in interior decorating and design right now, and I loved this color of flower. So if you guys didn't watch my video where I went to my local Star Nursery, you can check that one out. But they had so many great selections there. So anyway, so that is going to be my first pot, and then I'm going to jump in to my next pot. Okay, so we're going to add that rose and flower fertilizer again. So one thing that I've talked about before when gardening, especially with planters, is using what I call thriller, spiller, and filler. So a thriller is your most favorite thing that you're excited to plant, that's the most beautiful to you. Your filler would be items that just fill up space, and spiller is something that would trail over the side of your planter. So for me, my thriller is going to be the mums on my porch, and this is the color that I picked this year, is this beautiful maroon burgundy color, and I think is so pretty. I was looking for more of those purple tones, but for $5 I thought this was a really great deal, so we're gonna go with that and start planting. So I think I'm gonna start with this red cabbage that I purchased, and I love the purple tones in this. I really don't see red. I think this should be called purple cabbage, but whatever. And then I always trim off like the yellow leaves And I think this is just so pretty, both in spring and fall and into the winter. It's what I would consider a filler, but I also think it's just beautiful. So I like planting that just kind of at an angle on the side. And then for my gardening mums, I like to be really careful with those roots. And sometimes, like if the roots are just really tight like that, I'll loosen them just slightly. I don't want the plant to go into shock, but I will just loosen up the bottom just a little bit so that those roots can find fertilizer that I've just planted. So the next thing I'm going to add is this fountain grass, and I think fountain grass makes a great filler. I think this was a little over $3, but I love the feathery quality of these right here, and I think my kids will love feeling that too. So we're going to plant this here. Typically I plant this like in a corner. Next I'm going to add this asparagus fern, and when I went shopping at Star Nursery, there was a gal from New Zealand that said these grow like crazy in New Zealand, and these are considered a noxious weed where she lives. But I can see why. Like, they're very drought tolerant, so these do really well in the desert. But they have these cool, like, I don't know if you can see that, there's like these bubbles that just store pockets of water, and so this will last me year after year. And I use this as a spiller so that it spills over the sides of my planter and just fills in kind of that dead space. And then next I have lamb's ear, and I love the sagey tones of lamb's ear. So I like picking different types of plants with different textures as well as different tones, and I love the sagey tones of this plant as well as how soft the leaves are. And I love planting a garden that's sensory friendly for my kids so that they can touch and feel and smell and pick and make bouquets of flowers, especially to decorate the house with. So we're just gonna pop that in. Okay, you guys, I had to stop and pause for a minute because my sweet mailman just stopped by to hand me all of this cool stuff. We'll see ya. But I ordered the cutest sweaters for the girls for fall, so stay tuned for that. I've also started up an Amazon storefront, so I will leave a link for you guys to check out some of the things that I found on Amazon that are just adorable for this fall season. So I'm gonna stick these inside for a minute and then I'll be right back. So these are the white mums that I picked, and when I plant and garden, I love adding accents of white throughout a garden because it really helps to accentuate the other colors and combinations of plants that I've picked out, and it gives the illusion that there's a bigger space than there really is. So I'm gonna pop these in, and then the last item that I have is this Dusty Miller, and I love Dusty Miller, especially in a planter, because it really truly is that inexpensive filler item, and it does have those like sagey white tones that I love so much that helps accentuate the other color combinations that I have going on in my planter. So I usually just pick like a dead space to put this. And while it is small right now, these will get pretty large. And then once it gets a little bit more substantial, I pick it out and replant it somewhere else in my garden. And these really just will grow into these huge mounds with these really pretty yellow flowers that blossom in late summer, and they make gorgeous bouquets as a filler. So this is my finished product of a planter, and I will show you guys just how this all turned out when I put it together. So next I like taking the hose and just doing a clean slate and rinsing off everything off the cement and the sidewalks every single fall season. I'm gonna add this really cute doormat that I found from Deseret Book. Did you guys know that Deseret Book sells these? I thought this was just so cute. Come and stay. And I think this is just darling. So we're gonna add this to the front porch. Next, I'm going to add this fall wreath. And this is just one of those magnolia leaf wreaths that you can find just about anywhere. And I'm going to add a command hook. I love these things because they're damage free. They can go on walls, they can go on front doors. So I'm going to go add this to the front door. So next I'm going to tackle this portion of my garden right back here. As you can see, I have this big, gorgeous tree, but I'm wanting to get rid of these rose bushes right here just because right as you walk in, they kind of just like attack you. So as pretty as this is, I think I'm going to replant a rose bush kind of in the center here, but I'm going to get rid of all of these little random flowers right here and just clean this space up a little bit. guys, so I thought I would show you just real quickly. I'm standing here in the kids' playroom and just removing all the extra shrubs there right where this window is. It just really brightens up this space already. So now I'm already starting to scheme like what color I want to paint this. I think I want to add like some beadboard and just make this so charming and so cozy. Just that real like cottage core vibe that I know is so popular right now. But I wanted to show you guys just real quickly just what was in those packages. I'll flip this camera around. I'm starting to collect Christmas presents for my kids already, but I did pick up some cozy sweaters from Amazon, and these are what I had in those packages. I love this little sweater that I just got for Violet. I think it's just so cute and cozy, and we've purchased these shoes a bunch of times now, and my kids love these Mary Janes. Those are from Amazon as well. And then this sweater, which I'm gonna gift to Lily Jane. I think she's gonna love it. And my good friends from Hey Honey just sent me these cute little hair bows for the girls, which I think will be darling. And then these are a few of the items that I've started collecting for Christmas presents, and those are actually going to be for the little boys. It is so bright in this playroom. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this vlog. Stay tuned for more great content. I'll be doing some more fall gardening as well as decorating this play space. And wow, removing those shrubs, like the sun is so bright in here. It's crazy. All right, love you guys. I'll catch you next vlog. See ya.